Our Bluffton police chief receives high recognition. Recording artist Eric Hutchinson is coming to town, and the candidates for town council are set. All that and more coming up right now on the Bluffton News. Welcome to the Bluffton News. I'm Annalisa Itcore, and these are Bluffton's current headlines. Bluffton Police Chief Joey Reynolds was recently sworn in as the third vice president to the FBI National Academy Associations Incorporated in Orlando at the organization's annual training conference. The FBI NAA is a nonprofit organization of nearly 18,000 members, all of whom are graduates of the FBI National Academy. The organization is dedicated to the highest degree of law enforcement expertise, training, education, and information. Reynolds, who's been active with the organization since he graduated in March 1996, is now slated to be president of the organization in 2017, where he will preside over the annual training conference, which will be held in Washington, D.C. The last time a South Carolinian was president of the FBI NAA was in 1981. The fourth annual diaper drive to benefit area families will be from 5 to 8 p.m. Tuesday, October 1st at Chick-fil-A in Bluffton. The drive will once again benefit Bluffton Self-Help and the Deep Well Project of Hilton Head Island. Providing clean diapers to families in need will immediately impact their lives by improving the sanitation and the general health of their young children. Community members are asked to drop off unopened packages of disposable diapers to Chick-fil-A in Bluffton during the October 1st drive. Although all sizes are needed, the most requested sizes are 3, 4, and 5. Baby wipes, diaper cream, and cash donations for the purchase of diapers will also be accepted. Now, for those who cannot attend the one-night drive, the Corner Perk Cafe will serve as an alternate drop-off location. The Bluffton restaurant will accept donations Monday, September 23rd through Tuesday, October 1st during open business hours. Artwork ranging in scope from traditional oil paintings to fusion of new medium and three-dimensional concepts will be on display when USCB presents its annual Faculty Art Exhibition running through September 27th at the Sea Islands Center Gallery on Carteret Street. The exhibition will feature the works of 5 faculty members in the university's Studio Art Degree program. 2 of the exhibitors are new to the university, having joined the faculty over the summer. The other 3 are established faculty members whose works are familiar to the Beaufort arts community. For weekday exhibition hours, contact USCB Center for the Arts on the historic Beaufort campus at 843-521-4145. The University of South Carolina Beaufort Student Government Association President Devin Mock announced that musician and Warner Brothers recording artist Eric Hutchinson will be the main attraction at the first annual homecoming concert to be held at the Hilton Head Gateway campus in Bluffton on October 4th at 7:30 p.m. Students who attended the announcement in the university's dining hall, otherwise known as the Sandbar, had the opportunity to watch a video recording of Hutchinson inviting USCB Sandsharks to the concert. Online ticket sales for open seating will begin Friday, September 6th at www.uscb.edu/homecoming. Tickets are $15 for general public, and children 12 and under are $5. Tickets are being sold on a first-come, first-served basis. Candidate filing for 2 Bluffton Town Council seats ended with 2 former members of Town Council and 2 incumbents amongst those who filed for public office. Charlie Wetmore and Fred Hamilton both served on Town Council before. Wetmore also ran unsuccessfully for Bluffton Mayor in 2008. Hamilton is a former Bluffton Mayor Pro Tem and a member of Bluffton's Affordable Housing Committee. Incumbents Michael Raymond and Oliver Brown are seeking re-election, while Larry Toomer of Bluffton Oyster Company, Garfield Moss, and Gary Bench are seeking their first council seat. Moss, a large property owner in Bluffton, ran for Bluffton Town Council about 8 years ago but didn't win. Bench is the husband of Cynthia Bench, who last November won a seat on Bluffton County Council. Meanwhile, Bill Rowe has told us he will not seek a seat on Town Council because he will be spending time in Boston and will not be able to campaign. The town of Bluffton said Friday that Rowe did not officially withdraw from the race, so his name will still be on the November 5 ballot. Anyone planning to vote in the November election must register to vote by October 5th. And here's what's happening around the state. More out-of-state students are going to public universities in South Carolina without paying the full out-of-state tuition costs. An analysis of data by the state of Columbia found nearly 13,400 out-of-state students at the state's 12 four-year public colleges paying discounted rates, an increase of 43% in the past 5 years. University officials say they need the extra money from out-of-state students because state funding has been sharply cut. They also said many of the discounts come from merit scholarships, and it is important to attract smart students from out of state who may stay in South Carolina after they graduate. And investigators say a 45-year-old Simpsonville man has drowned after falling off a dock on Anderson Marina. Robert Batson was at the marina Saturday night after watching the Clemson game and spending some time on Lake Hartwell. Batson's brother called for help after Batson fell into the water and didn't resurface. Anderson County Deputy Coroner Don McGowan said alcohol likely contributed to the death, but an autopsy has been scheduled. For more information on these and other stories, please see the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. When we return, we have more of the latest in Bluffton with hot off the presses, and Shelley West Hodges joins us for the Bluffton Business Report. And we are back with more Bluffton news, and BJ Frazier from the Bluffton Sun is joining me to go over some more critical issues happening in Bluffton. So BJ, police officers in our schools, it sounds ominous. What is the deal? Well,
I think recent events around the country with the shootings and so forth have possibly triggered this. For 18 years, there have been law enforcement resource officers in the middle and high schools in Beaufort County, and the decision has been made to also place those officers into the elementary schools, and everybody just feels a little safer with that. There are going to be one officer for each of the 5 school clusters. It's being paid for by the out of the police funds, so there won't be anything charged to the schools. And I think it's just a wonderful idea. Whose unfortunately idea the time has come for it.
Good. All right. Now, smooth sailing on Highway 278 expansion. Please tell me yes.
Well, the good news is 4 to 6 weeks is going to be done. That's what they say, barring weather or whatever. But last week I was riding on 278, which I several times that day I do, and I'm going along like everybody else about 50, and came up to a fresh piece of pavement. And honest to God, I thought my teeth were going to be loosened. The thing jarred and my wheels were shaking, and apparently what they did is instead of having a gradual lip going up to the new pavement, it was like a 3-inch speed bump. And I guess the county and the state have been receiving 50 or 60 complaints. It's fixed now, but please don't do that again, guys.
Well, I'm sure that will all smooth out in time. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
That's right.
So about every, 4 or 5 years, we have the shopping mall rumor come to town. Now, is Hilton Head National actually going to become a shopping mall?
Well, not right away. They, as you know, we've talked about this, they put in a plan for rezoning their property because it's very valuable, obviously. It's the last piece of property that has frontage on 278 before the bridge. And they put in for an expansion of their availability to what they could put on there, and they asked for a very broad general approval so they could put condos or even up to a water park. And of course the Planning Commission said, wait a minute, time out. We're not going to let you do that until you come back with a more specific request as to what you want to have on there, so we can really measure traffic and water usage and all that kind of stuff. So they're going to go back to the drawing board and resubmit.
Perfect. Well, BJ, thank you so much. As always, very great information, and we will look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Annalisa.
We're going to head on out now to Shelley West Hodges, who is present for the grand opening of a charming new business in Bluffton.
Hi, I'm in downtown Bluffton today, and we are getting ready for ribbon cutting. Got my big scissors. We're here with Lee Allen and the Calhoun Street Gallery for a great day down at the farmers market and great day for ribbon cutting. So here we go. Are you ready, Lee? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Woo! Awesome. Congratulations, Lee. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
I'm here with Lee Allen and Calhoun Street Gallery. We just celebrated a ribbon cutting down here in Old Town Bluffton, where it's beautiful and nice and hot.
Nice and hot.
Yeah, we love it here. And Lee, you've got a great place and a beautiful shop. Tell us a little bit about your store.
I feel so fortunate to have learned about this charming place. I think it's the epicenter of Calhoun Street, if I may say so. And I really want the things that I have and the feeling that people get when they walk in to represent the town of Bluffton as a whole. And I said, I was not looking for the opportunity. The opportunity really just presented itself to me, and I knew how fabulous Bluffton was, and I wanted to be a part of the excitement.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck. Now, Lee, you hail from a long distance. I hear you're from across the bridge. Tell us about that.
I am from way over on Hilton Head Island. I've lived in the area for 30 years. I came out to Bluffton about a year ago. Actually, my mother was having some health problems and some financial problems, and I moved out to be with her and help her. But in the meantime, I discovered how much I had been missing by having not spent more time in Bluffton. I'd been out to Calhoun Street before, and obviously the promenade, but the people, the willingness to help, everyone has just been really outstanding when it comes to having welcomed me, and I just knew in my heart and my stomach that I was making the right decision.
Well, that's great. We wish you all the best of luck again, and what a great community for you to come in. We're happy to have you here. I think you'll be a great addition, and we love the folks to come out and see your shop here in downtown Bluffton. And of course, during the farmers market, it's a great time, but we'd like for you to come down other times of the day. You're right here. What are your hours through the week?
I am open generally 7 days a week. Okay. Now, there may be a Sunday here and there that I won't be open, but generally speaking, I'm open from 10:30 to 5:30, Monday through Saturday, and then noon till 5 on Sunday.
Okay. Well, Lee's here in addition to great other galleries in downtown Bluffton, and it's a great time to come down for lunch, even brunch on Sunday, and trek through all the shops down here, including Lee's. And thank you for having us here today with you. And
thank you to the chamber.
Yeah, thank you. And more great businesses opening up here in Bluffton, folks. I'm Shelley West Hodges with the Greater Bluffton Chamber, and it's back to you.
Thanks so much, Shelley. When we come back, we're going to meet the brand new director of the Don Ryan Center for Innovation, and we'll get all kinds of information from the Bluffton Public Information Officer. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Joining us now is Debbie Spanka, aptly titled the Public Information Officer for the town of Bluffton, because you always bring us great info about Bluffton. Now, in our headlines, Debbie, we were talking about the elections that are coming up. 2 of those town council seats are up for re-election this November. Which seats are we talking about?
Council members Michael Raymond and Oliver Brown are up for re-election. And just to give you a little background, each term is 4 years and they're staggered. So every 2 years we have 2 council members up for re-election or election. So this November is council members Michael Raymond and Oliver Brown. And then in 2015, it's the other 2 council members, Karen Lavery and Ted Huffman, as well as the mayor.
Okay, now the filing period ended on September 6th. Who is in the running?
We have a wonderful situation. We have 8 candidates for 2 seats. This shows, I think, the love that people have for Bluffton, that they feel compelled to get involved, preserve the history, and direct the future of Bluffton. It's a wonderful situation. I'm sure many cities and towns and counties are slightly envious of Bluffton to have so many people so compelled to be a part of the process.
Now, is it unusual to have this crowded a field for just 2 seats?
You know, usually we have about a handful of candidates for 2 seats. So between 4 and 6, let's say. So, you know, generally speaking, in a handful. So 8 is a crowded and competitive field.
Okay. Now, have any of these candidates run before?
All the candidates except 2 have either run for town council or already served as a town council member. The 2 that have not run or been a town council is Bill Rowe and Gary Bench. However, both are extremely civically active. Bill Rowe is, well, he's very politically active as well. He writes and has written a column, political column for several years. And Gary Bench, his wife is Cynthia Bench, who is on county council.
Okay.
So already, you know, very involved folks are coming from a very civically active family.
I'll say when I was reading about the candidates, I was impressed with their previous experience, and I think it's going to be a win-win whoever takes those seats. Now, it's very important. We need to remind everybody that resident involvement is important, and they've got to get out there and vote, right?
Absolutely. Again, we have a very wonderful situation that we have so many people that have put their hat in the ring, but what counts is for everyone to take the obligation, the responsibility, and the privilege to go to the polls and cast their vote. Again, we are the envy of many cities because of our, everyone that lives in Bluffton loves Bluffton, but make time to go and vote in November.
Right. All right. Well, Debbie, thank you so much for joining us. As always, invaluable information. Bluffton, be sure to get involved with the elections. And Debbie, we'll see you next month.
Thanks so much.
I'm delighted now to welcome David Nellums, who is the brand new director for the Don Ryan Center for Innovation. Now, David, of course, we've had the center in the news a lot lately because we've been talking about the search for new directors. So welcome on board. Give us an idea of what new is going on at the Don Ryan Center for Innovation.
Well, there's a lot going on lately. One of the big things is we're about to graduate a large number of the first class we started with about 18 months ago, as appropriate. So some of those will be graduating here in October. Probably 4 or 5 of those will be graduating. And with that, we'll have some space for some new innovators. So we're looking for new people that have new ideas, new business ideas, or businesses that need a little bit of help to come into the center. The other thing that's most exciting is that we have some new board directors coming on to the Don Ryan Center for Innovation board. We're bringing in Renee Mahan and Deborah Edmondson and Al Spain, who used to run operations at JetBlue. He was actually one of the co-founders of JetBlue. So we're excited about those folks coming on board.
Great. Well, it sounds like you're going to have some very valuable help. Now, of course, we're interested in learning a little bit about you. What drew you to this position?
Well, it's interesting. When we were going to move down here, I told my wife it was going to be hard for me to find a job that I could run an internet company, but turns out I found a job where I can run 10 companies. And just the ability to use my skills, to let people benefit from the mistakes I've made, to learn from the successes, the ability to do that and to benefit the town of Bluffton, my new hometown, that was what was most exciting and what drew me to the position.
Now, what is your favorite thing about being at the Don Ryan Center?
It would be the diversity. I mean, with my company years ago, we did one thing, we did it all the time over and over and over. Here at the Don Ryan Center, we have companies like Gesture Communications, which makes some beautiful applications for marketing on mobile devices like iPads, and you've got people like the Center for Medical Excellence. Those guys help with medical doctors and doing business processes and using technology smarter, all the way down to Rob York, who runs U-Auto-Fix-It, a brand new concept. So having all these different things in one place, it makes the day exciting and very, very diverse.
Have you found it at all difficult transitioning from private sector to a government position?
Not as much as I would have thought. I've been pleasantly surprised that the town of Bluffton, the council, the mayor, all the way down through people like Mark Orlando really love this town and they're passionate about what's going on here. And I'm just really enjoying working with these folks because they really want to do a good job for the town. They have a great vision. And so it's fun, better than I thought it would be.
That's great. Now, real quick, give us an idea of how people can get in touch to learn more about the Don Ryan Center for Innovation.
The best thing would be to go to our website, which is ryan-innovation-center.com. And that's a mouthful, so you could also search on Don Ryan Center. And you can also follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But Twitter's the best way to keep up with us.
Well, it's very exciting to meet somebody new at the helm. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now, when we come back, we're going to be joining Kim Viljak, our entertainment reporter, on site at the Bluffton Block Party. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. We had a whole bunch of fun happening in Bluffton this past weekend, and Kim Viljak was there to capture it all.
y'all, this is Kim Viljak. I'm out here at the 3rd annual Bluffton Block Party at Buckwalter Place. Hey y'all, I'm here with Jill Jauk at the New River Auto Mall. We're out here at the Bluffton Block Party. Jill, what do you have going on out here today?
Well, we're really excited. It's the first year that we're involved with the block party. We're here with Hilton Head Chrysler Jeep Dodge, and we've got 8 vehicles here. And as you can see behind me, we have a Jeep Wrangler with a giraffe in it. We sponsored the Safari Zoo. So we're just showing off our cars and supporting the community.
Hey, I have Laura Simpson out here with the Staples Zoo out at the block party. Laura, tell us about this wonderful organization.
Sure. Well, thanks so much for coming out. The Staples Safari Zoo is run by a gentleman named Brian Staples, who's a 3rd-generation zoologist. And the zoo has 2 missions. One is to rescue animals who, for whatever reason, aren't available for your typical zoo. Maybe it's a monkey with a social disorder or a camel with a floppy hump. We bring them here and we use them as wonderful ambassadors to teach children and youth about nature and connect them to all these wonderful animals and teach them the purpose for all of us here and how it takes every animal from the smallest to the biggest to work with us to keep our world going.
Hey everybody, I'm out here with Al Stokes from the Waddell Center and DNR. What do you have out here, Al?
We brought some animals that we have on site at the Mariculture Center right now. We brought a school of red drum. They're about 1 inch long. We harvested those fish yesterday. We put about 90,000 into the Colleton River, and then we brought a school of about 200 for the people to see. These fish are only about 35, 40 days old. And then we also brought some juvenile cobia that were spawned and harvested in May, and they're up about 8 inches now, and we have those in tanks at Waddell.
Well, that sounds fun. Count me in for that. We appreciate you being out here today.
This is great. It's a great crowd.
Thanks, Al. Hey, I'm here with Joe Motho from Pet Critters and Critter Management, excuse me. And we've got a few friends out here. Joe, tell us what you got going out here.
Today we have 6 alligators on display for education purposes, and I brought 2 red-tailed boas, a large female that you're holding, and another behind me. But I've got a couple hatchlings that turned up at my store, and I have 4 2-year-olds for education purposes, and we've had quite a crowd here. It's been a great day.
There's been a ton of people out here. It's wonderful what you do to save these animals because we have to live with them, I understand, and you help us do that.
I do. I hope we can get along with everything, and we don't need to destroy any animal.
No, not at all.
Snakes, leave them alone. Identify them and leave them at that.
Right.
We don't need to approach anything in the wild.
Well, we appreciate all your help, Joe. We really do.
Thank you for having me.
I know I've had to call you a few times personally.
Well, thank you.
Back to you.
We're here for you.
Thank you for joining us for the news program that is all Bluffton all the time. I'm Annalisa Itkor with the Bluffton News. We'll see you next time.